Next, we got what happens if an Imperium citizen slash world joins the Tau Empire. Yo, who do want to join them, yo? Like, why would you just join, like, you know, me, Vulcan, and the Salamanders, yo? Like, come on now.
Or an orc, no matter how progressive you are or how much hair dye you use. However, there is an exception to this. The Tau welcome all races and people. Well, not all of them, they really hate orcs and Tyranids. But for the other races, you can actually defect and join the Tau Empire as a citizen, not just a slave. But how does this actually work? What are the pros and cons to doing this, and is it actually a good idea overall? Before we get started,
I don't think so.
Just joking, no major shill today, just nothing but tasty 40k lore. Today we'll learn what happens if an Imperial citizen or even entire Imperial world defects and joins the Tau Empire.
Alright,
let's get into
it. Come on, let's go. Now, like I said before, I don't know who is this?
When you think of,
but like I said before, like, I don't know who would, like, rightfully out their mind join the Tau Empire. Like I said before, like, you know, why don't you guys just join, like, you know, like the Salamanders, you know? Or why don't you guys just join me and Vulcan? Like, to be honest with you, don't tell nobody about, you know, well, I guess I'll spill the beans. Yo, me and Vulcan, we're actually creating like our own like squad, like, you know, like elite members. You know, shout out to the Salamanders and all, but like, you know, they're not. They're just not doing it for us. So me and Vulcan, that, you know, we've been talking on the phone for like a long time. We've actually I think we had like what 5 to 6 hour like FaceTime call, and bro, we're actually, you know, making like our own factions for it. Yo, don't tell any of the Salamanders at all. Don't snitch, okay? Don't snitch.
About Imperial citizens, you probably imagine miserable bastards in grey overalls working 16-hour shifts, making bolts for a gun that they'll never fire.
16-hour shifts is diabolical, boy. Bro, back-breaking work.
Guy in a gas mask screams prayers to the god Emperor at them whilst cheese grating his own balls off. Life in the Imperium is mostly a cocktail of poverty, fear, and paperwork. So
yo, I got a question. Oh, he said paperwork? Ooh, I know the IRS is going crazy over there. Another question, yo. Does she smoke cigarettes or what? Like, cause bro, she got this thing in her throat. Like, I don't know if she sounds like this. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful, so I don't want to, like, I mean, she owned that whip, and I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I could just hear my ancestors screaming right now, bro, looking at this whip. This is crazy.
It really shouldn't shock anyone that some people look at the weird blue space communists next door and think, you know what, maybe Karl Marx had a point. Let's not beat around our meat here. Compared to the Imperium, the Tau Empire is like wearing the strap on instead of receiving it. Still a bit weird, still niche, and there will probably still be some blood, but at least it's not yours for a change. So what actually...
Hey, Majorkill. Hey, somebody put Majorkill on the list right now. That was the most nasty, diabolical thing I've ever heard in my life. Yo, somebody put Majorkill on the list, bro, right now as I speak, yo. Yo, what did he... Yo, no, we're going to repeat what he just said. Usually I don't do this, but let's repeat it.
Compared to the Imperium, the Tau Empire is like wearing the strap on instead of receiving it. Still a bit weird, still niche, and there will probably still be some blood, but at least it's not yours for a change. So what actually happens if an Imperial world, or even a citizen, decides to jump ship and pledge itself to the greater good? Is it all better food, nicer beds, and big titty Tau girlfriends? Or do the Tau have their own little ways of bending you over without you even noticing? Firstly, the Tau don't usually conquer Imperial worlds in the same way the Imperium conquers worlds. They don't just obliterate a city or shove a space marine down your throat. No, they show up with diplomats, clean uniforms, and some pretty convincing propaganda.
I would say, don't they like try to like work out like a deal or like a? I think they come with like they have like the strategy of like, you know. They kind of have like the same strategy as like a not like a mob boss, but like as like somebody who's like. Yeah, like a mob boss. They try to come through and just be like, yo, like, you know, let's work out a deal. You know, you get this half, I get this half, and da-da-da-da-da. And if you say no, it's GG's, bro. They're lighting up your restaurant. They're lighting up the house you're in. Bro, they're lighting up all your cars, bro. Yo, everything is lit up like the 4th of July. You better accept it. I'm going to be honest with you now. If it was me, like, bro, if I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. If I was like born in like the 40s, y'all, like, and I'm just keeping it real, bro, back in like the Al Capone days and all, like, bro, I'm gonna be like a one-man army. But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, I'm not finna go out sad like Sonny from Godfather. He went out sad, bro, lit up like the 4th of July. That could never be me. As a matter of fact, my car will always work, bro. Bro, yo, I'm really swerving in that corner. Whoa. Like, legit, I'm swerving everywhere. They're not catching me. That's number one. Number two, bro, like, I think, like, just my negotiation skills and my, like, mannerisms and my, like, you know, like, and my charisma, well, I would kind of, like, you know, have a lot of these mob bosses, you know, in the palm of my hand, you know, just to be honest with you. Like, I don't want to come off as, like, you know, the most charismatic guy in the world, but, like, I feel like I could definitely, you know, work out a few deals, you know, and I could really, you know, get what I want, you know, so.
Promise trade, technology, medicine, and actually functioning infrastructure. Imagine being an Imperial governor whose people are dying from the plague, and then a Tau envoy rolls up with a cure, better plumbing, and a PowerPoint presentation about if the holes in a female Tau's head are actually fuckable or not. It's not hard to see why some people say yes, regardless or not if the plague or the world's issues was originally introduced by the Taus themselves.
Hey, eyes up here, bro. What you looking at? What you looking at, bro? Yeah. I'm watching you, bro. You know this is a sin, right? Lusting over a woman. Y'all know that's a sin, right? Yeah, bro. That lust is no joke.
One of the first good examples of Tau trading with the Imperium was from the world of Dalith. This wasn't some backwater Tau farm moon, it was a wealthy Tau sept, one of their capitals, and was full of watercast diplomats. It opened its trade ports to Imperial merchants, and suddenly, Imperial citizens got a whiff of what life could be like without the Imperium of Man grinding them down. Word spread, and soon other worlds got a whiff of what life could be like without the Imperium of Man grinding them down.
Put him on the list. Yo, listen, Majorkill, he's unhinged, you know, he's nasty, he's a freakster. Yeah, we knew that. Put him on the list, yo. Put him on the list. As a matter of fact, put him at number 1. He's at the top of the list.
It spread, and soon other worlds started looking very interested in Tau tech as a much better alternative to their 10,000-year-old ships and infrastructure. Now you might think joining the Tau means throwing out your Aquila and telling the God Emperor's dusty tongue to Ligma, but the Tau aren't idiots. Well, at least not most of the time.
No, I'm about to say most of them are. But hey, I'm gonna keep it real. Does anybody? I don't know. Does anybody know this woman's name right here, yo? For research purposes only. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, do nothing weird or nothing like that. I just want to, you know, just search up this woman. Like, I just really want to analyze the entire picture and try to analyze you know, her power and stuff like that. That's what I really want to see, you know. So yeah.
They know that ripping away religion from fanatics whose god is literally present in the galaxy is not a 200 IQ move. Instead, they just let you keep it, sort of. The greater good isn't a religion in the same way the Imperial cult is. It's more of a philosophy. Be nice and work together for the good of all sort of vibe. Think Buddhism, but with railguns and a caste system. You can technically both worship the god Emperor and believe in the greater good. As long as you don't start calling for crusades, the Tau are fine with your weird golden corpse god. It's the political equivalent of your girlfriend letting you keep your anime body pillow after you move in together. They don't like it, but they'll tolerate it if it keeps the peace. Of course, the Tau aren't running a charity here. Every gift...
Bro, you know what's so crazy? Yo, if I'm a female, let's say I'm a girl, right? Yo, if I was like a girl, bro, and like, let's say like, you know, I had a dude or whatever, bro, and we move in together, and like, let's say we moving in, bro, like, bro, we sweating like we just played a game of 33 against LeBron James. Bro, like, we're sweating like we just ran like 3 races against Usain Bolt in his prime. Like, bro, like, legit, bro, like, we're just hard at work. Like, bro, we're moving dressers. Yo, we're moving beds, we're moving everything, like, you know. And bro, as soon as we move everything into the house, he has, oh, I forgot this. He goes into the truck and he gets his anime body pillow. Now, as you know, I'm not a woman, obviously, in real life, but if I was a girl and I look at that, I'm like, wait a minute. Yo, is that an anime girl pillow? Yeah, but I need it. Yeah. Do you have a problem? Yo, not gonna lie to you, bro, I'm standing on business. Yeah, I got a problem, bro. You hug that thing more than me. Yo, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Yo, I would have made a fuss out of that. Now, I understand, bro. Like, you know, like, bro, you can understand her anger, bro. For me, I'm not gonna sit up here and try to, like, judge anybody, you know, who has, like, an anime body pillow or whatever. I'm just saying, bro. Imagine you're a girl, bro, and you see your man hugging and showing more love and affection to a body pillow. Anime body pillow, bro. And you still with him. Diabolical.
Give you, whether it be a new power grid, better farming tech, actual toilets, comes with strings attached. Those strings are called Mr. Beast. Sorry, I meant the ethereals. The ethereals are basic. hey,
Majorkill, you better chill out. Mr. Beast got all type of bread. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Hey, I know you think Mr. Beast is rich. Nah, he ain't rich. He's wealthy. Yeah. Just because you're in Australia does not mean he can't touch you. Yeah, he gonna get to you. You better chill out.
Give you, whether it be a new power grid, better farming,
you better chill out.
Toilets comes with strings attached. Those strings are called Mr. Beast. Sorry, I meant the ethereals. The ethereals.
Mr. Beast, you heard that?
Basically the brainwash division of the Tau Empire, who also double as the Tau leaders. They've got this creepy aura of authority that literally brainwashes the Tau
Mr. Beast
to fall for over time. Imperial worlds that join up with the Tau often find their governors being a bunch of ethereal circle jerkers. There's some implications in the lore that they straight up use pheromones to make you more compliant, since no Tau can use the warp, so it has to be more science-based instead of warpy mind control.
Oh my goodness.
Being a progressive, forward-thinking governor looking out for his people, but in reality you're just rolling your chops off, gurning to the sight of an ethereal. Now, not all Tau are good at playing nice. The fourth sphere expansion was a complete shit show. These Tau try to use true warp travel for the first time, the warp being a thing that Tau are terrible at, and they came back different. They were more aggressive, more paranoid, and extremely racist towards non-Tau. As a bit of a TLDR, they ended up stuck in the warp without Gellerfields, watched their human crew die, and then survived due to their small souls not attracting warp predators. They were then eventually saved by a giant Tau-looking god taking them out of the warp. Instead of being grateful, they were enraged to see their greater good philosophy getting twisted into a religion that now had a god due to the mind science of all the psychic non-Tau within the Tau Empire. As a result, they massacred their own human auxiliaries, viewing them as unclean after the warp voyage. Imagine joining the Tau Empire thinking you're going to be sipping some cocktails on the beach, and instead you get executed by the very people you defected to because you hadn't drank enough methylene blue. See guys, genocide isn't just a human thing. Everyone does it. Here's where it gets nasty. The Imperium hates when worlds join the Tau. In some ways, they actually hate it more than when worlds fall to chaos. See, when someone turns to chaos, the Imperium can tell themselves that they were corrupted, because they're still tricked by the warp. There's an excuse. But when someone joins the Tau, it's because they looked at the Imperium, weighed their options, and decided...
Damn, so it was... So it basically is like... So basically, it's kind of like... Okay, I'm gonna use the same example. It's kind of like how like the Imperium's like, wait a minute, like if I see this person, whatever, and like during like the chaos or whatever, then they must have failed to whatever, just like Majorkill said. But basically, if they joined the Tau, it was like an active decision. Basically, it was like, yo, they looked at the Imperium, was like, bro, y'all are balls, y'all, bro, you guys are just hot dog water. You guys are just trash. You guys are just bums. You know what? I'm gonna go and join this squad, basically. Like, you actively chose to choose this squad over us. Now we gotta go crazy on you. Like, you are now the enemy. Like, forget him. Like, you know, he's down bad. You know, he's with Slaanesh. He's getting slurped up 20 times a day. Like, he has no energy, protein gone. Like, he's a degenerate. He's nasty. But at the same time, he fell to that. You know, he fell into his body, into his flesh urges. Bro, you actively chose the other side. You switched up. Wowzers.
Yeah, nah, I'd rather hang out with the bovine anime fish people. With Chaos, you become a drug addict because someone injects you with drugs. With the Tau, you do it of your own accord. Yes, maybe you get coerced and convinced, but the corruption isn't soul deep. You make a logical decision. That's a deliberate rejection of everything the Imperium stands for, and the High Lords take that very personally. The Damocles Gulf Crusade, which was the Imperium's first large-scale invasion of the Tau, is evidence of this. They didn't just send some regiments and battleships, they sent a full Crusade force, made up of multiple Space Marine chapters and Titan legions. They wanted to punish this upstart Xeno faction and send an example to other Imperial worlds who wanted to defect as well. They even ended up exterminating a perfectly good, high-quality agriculture world that was under the control of the Tau, purely out of spite. For context, they only usually exterminate Chaos worlds when it's halfway to becoming a Nurgle-like demon world. Most of the time, they actually cleanse and rebuild from Chaos-corrupted worlds. This wasn't just about reclaiming territory, it was about sending a message. Defect to the Tau, and the Imperium will fuck you so hard in the ass that you will shit out your own teeth. One of the most famous Imperial to Tau defections was Taros. Originally a mining world for the Imperium, it had been...
So we're just going to ignore that? So, hold up. We're just going to know what he just said? Yo, shout out to the boy Majorkill, yo, but that was disgusting. That was disgusting. What made him even think about that? See, shout out to Majorkill, bro, but I knew he was a sick boy. I've never even thought that can even happen. Bro, imagine having a root canal come out that way, bro. What? Bro, that is despicable, bro. Distasteful.
Squeezed dry by the Imperial tithe demands until there was basically nothing left. The local governor was like, well, vaults are empty, the people hate me, and the administratum just sent another tithe demand. Guess I'll go fuck myself. Enter the Tau. They show up with all smiles and offer to buy the planet's mineral rights and a solution to all the planet's problems. However, this was all to be done under the table, as the world knew that publicly working with the Tau was a pretty solid way to speedrun death. Now, whilst the Imperium is slow, it is also inevitable. A reduction or ceasement of an Imperial tithe sets out a lot of alarm bells, and after some investigation, the Imperium discovered the truth. A huge invasion force was sent, by most standards overkill, but despite this, the Tau actually managed to emerge victorious, driving off the invasion and holding onto the world, renaming it to sound more Taui. This shows that you cannot achieve victory and survival if you defect your world to the Tau Empire. You just need to clench your arsehole tight enough and hope that your new Tau allies can hold off whatever the Imperium decides to throw at it. So this does beg the question, does defecting to the Tau, or even just working with the Tau, guarantee an Imperial response? No, actually. The Imperium is spiteful, but it is still also mostly logical. It cannot afford to send a massive force to every Imperial world that begins diplomacy with the Tau. Often these worlds are frontier worlds, not super important, and the danger rating is a lot lower than
okay, so basically, like, it doesn't even, like if you're like a nobody, I'm sorry, respectfully, but if you're a nobody, they're not sending like an army for you, bro. Like, they're not, like, you're not important, like, bro. They're not. Now, obviously, if it was me in the Imperium, whatever, and I was like, man, you know what, man, y'all some bums, and I walk out the door and I go to the Tau, which I would never do, but let's say I do that, right? Obviously, bro, they're gonna send, they're gonna send, the Grey Knights, they're gonna send the Custodes, they're gonna send the Sisters of Battle, they're gonna send everybody for me, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, like, they're not even gonna, like, take me out. They're just gonna just capture me, because I'm so, like, valuable. They're just gonna just capture me and then just bring me back to the Imperium, like, they're not gonna, like, just fully, like, take me out on some Pablo Escobar-ish. Like, they're just gonna, like, just, as soon as they see me, they're gonna hurry up and try to get me on some Batman-ish and comprehend me and take me back to the Imperium. Like, they would never even think about, trying to take me out, whatever, because, number one, they couldn't. Number two, bro, like, come on, bro, like, I'm really him. Like, bro, they would never be able to even take me out, even if they wanted to. Like, I have that much aura and that much power. The only way they can actually be able to, like, comprehend me, y'all, is if I get tired, because, I drank a whole 6-pack of Bud Light.
Demons everywhere. Some Imperial worlds will welcome and host Tau diplomats, engage in trade and negotiate ceasefires and peace deals for the region. However, that's as far as it will go. As long as the world remains in Imperial control and does not cross certain boundaries, the Imperium will allow some leeway. This was shown in one of the Caiaphas Cain books, where Cain actually becomes a legend amongst the Tau Empire for being fair, balanced, and preventing an all-out war between the two factions. Now, the Tau don't just give humans free shit and say, cool, have fun. A big motivator behind it is to use these humans as a part of the Tau military as Gulvesa, literally translating to human helper. You'd think that means human, and yes, sure, sometimes it does, but it's not nearly as bad as being a part of the Imperial Guard. Imperial Guard life is sleeping in mud, eating corpse starch, and praying the gods.
Never. Nope. Get me out of here. Nope. And for that reason, I'm out. Hey, and for that reason, I'm out. What? Yo, so y'all can't even, like, whip me up like a 5-star gourmet meal? I gotta eat cornstarch? Now, if y'all don't know what that is, bro, make sure y'all go check out my other videos, y'all, that talk about cornstarch, stuff like that, because that is the nastiest thing. Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah, that's worse than oatmeal. Like, bro, cornstarch, bro?
So it doesn't blow your head.
Ew, that's worse than grits.
Charge a gun line. In the Tau military, Gulvesa get actual training, decent rations, and gear that works. No half-busted lasguns. The Tau will actually give you a pulse rifle that can turn an orc into chunky mushroom salsa at 400 meters. The catch, you are still a second-class citizen, as much as the Tau try to deny it. You're not getting a battle suit, you're not making it to the Firecast in a circle, and if the Force Sphere expansion lads show up, you might find yourself getting reassigned to a mass grave. But for a lot of people, that's still a better deal than being in part of the Imperial Guard.
And for that reason, see, and like, they're most likely to accept some BS like that. I could never. Yo, you could never finesse me out of a deal. Yo, if I'm doing something for y'all, bro, I want the best of the best. What are we talking about? And see, now this is disrespectful. Because if I was one of these little human helpers or whatever, bro, Tau, bro, no lie, I better be getting a full course Gordon Ramsay just cooked meal, bro. I want him to cook my meals every single time I return back home, bro. What are we talking about? What like, bro, there's no way I'm gonna be out there, bro, breaking my back, dodging bullets. There's no way, bro. There's legit no way I'm gonna be, like, just on the brink of death, and then I come home and they're giving me astronaut meals. What are we talking about? What? Bro, I'm crashing out right there, y'all. Literally.
Tau are actually very respectful to non-Tau that join the Empire. The diversity of their empire is a huge strength. See, Tau are good at a lot of things and really shit at a few things. So they use Kroot, humans, and other parts of the Tau to fill up the gaps in their strengths, making them the most well-rounded of all factions. Other than threatening your world's existence, is the Imperium doing anything productive to try to prevent Tau subversion? Well, yes, they do have their own propaganda, and a lot of it is actually true. The Tau Empire isn't just all sunshine and rainbows for Imperial defectors.
Oh, KSI!
Uncanny. If you behave yourself, you will probably be left alone, but any dissident thoughts, questionings, or freedom of speech would be very limited. Many humans are taken to re-education camps, which are literally just concentration camps.
Y'all think I'm about to help them out? Y'all think I'm really about to extend my expertise to be shipped off into a concentration camp? Is that what you see? Like, I don't think, like, y'all are not getting it, bro, and y'all will never understand this, bro. Was somebody of my expertise, was somebody of my fighting skill, was somebody of my like 192 IQ like fighting skill, was somebody with my expertise, was somebody with my special abilities, yo, I should never, bro, I should be at the creme de la creme, bro. I should be at the top position, bro. Bro, why are like 8 different people, bro, whispering to each other, discussing if I should go to the concentration camp? What are we talking about? What? Like, come on, bro. Like, no, this ain't right, bro. This ain't even right.
If a human was suspected to be a spy, his entire town or village would be heavily interrogated. Tau are not these merciful, benevolent creatures. There are cases of the law of them torturing the shit out of a man's family in front of him, wife, children, all of them, and then killing them in front of him before then torturing the man to death. They have tortured many people.
That's who you, but this is who y'all like, though. Like, bro, I've seen people in the comments like, oh, let's go, Tau, yay, Tau. Tau, yay. This is who y'all like. See, and this is what I'm saying. Like, y'all can't, bro, y'all can't say anything about Vulcan at all. Point blank, period. You are not permitted to say nothing about Vulcan. This is who y'all like. Y'all like the Tau, bro. But they over here they over here destroy, bro. Do you know what that can do to somebody, bro? Bro, doing something to a man's family right in front of him, while he has to sit there and watch, is diabolical. You know what that can do to him?
To death, many of whom were innocent. The Tau are ruthless in their pursuit of their goals. They justify it as a part of the greater good. Torturing 1,000 humans to death is logically a lesser evil than allowing a human spy to pass on info to the Imperium, which would see 10,000 Tau killed. You can probably now see how the greater good isn't always this nice moral compass. Every case like this is heavily broadcasted by the Imperium. There are dozens of cases of the Tau using and then disposing of non-Tau, often in violent, manipulative manners. Sure, they always prefer to take the nice fluffy route of non-violence, but they won't for a second hesitate to perform diabolical shit if it is the most efficient route. In a lot of ways, the Tau are heavily comparable to the CCP. China builds things the fastest, is leading the way in renewables and a lot of technology, has the most efficient populace, doesn't seem to have huge drug or homeless issues. But any dissidents or speaking out against them will make you disappear, whilst it's also shown that the Chinese Uyghurs, as second-class people in the eyes of the CCP, are being sterilized and put into camps. Now, the Imperium will also sterilize...
Oh, wait, was that real? Wait, that didn't sound like Warhammer. That sounded like he was talking about some real ish right there.
You and put you into camps if you dissent, but at least they don't try lie about it or pretend they aren't something that they actually are. So before we get into the specific potential outcomes regarding what actually happens if you join the Tau Empire, let's look at why people do so in the first place. This is speaking in general terms. There are always going to be exceptions. Firstly, the quality of life is immediately better. There's better food. Tau worlds usually rape their environments way less than Imperial worlds, less labor due to drone automation, better infrastructure, better medicine, more equality. It's not rocket science. The Tau will also prey on desperation. Imperial worlds that aren't doing so well, that are also so far from terror that the Emperor feels like
they're finessers. They're smart. They're like, that's like a billionaire. Let's say, for example, that's like a billionaire walking up to a broke, homeless assassin. Yo, that's like a broke, like, that's like a rich billionaire walking up to a broke assassin. Like, I'm talking about an assassin that used to go crazy, but now, you know, he's let's just say, for instance, you know, he served in a war or whatever, and then now he's homeless, right? But that's like that billionaire walking up to him like, yo, Like, I know you need money right now. I know you need a house. See, I know you need all these things. Believe me, I know. I can see it. I need somebody to be taken out. I think you're the guy to do it. Even though most likely you could get caught, here's what, $20 million. You think he's not going to take that money? Bro, the Tau, they remind me of like, and I don't even like, I can't even think of an example right now, but they remind me of people who legit just like go for people who are desperate for something, who basically have no other choice. They're finessers. They're not good people, and I don't care what y'all say in the comments, you know, trying to, oh, but they are. No, they're not. No, they're not. Wait, what are we talking about?
The legend are the prime targets. If you are a governor of a
world, like bro, if these school threats came up to me, let's say for instance, like, you know, I was just down bad on my last or whatever, bro, and they came up to me, they was like, yo, bro, you know, if you could take this person out, we'll give you all the money that I out, or we'll, you know, you can come chill with us, you can come, you know, to our house, whatever, bro. Bro, I'm legit, bro, standing up to them, bro, looking them dead in their eyes for like 15 minutes straight. I'm gonna grab his shirt like these, and I'm gonna say, no, bro, get away from me. I'm gonna drop his shirt, turn around, bro, and go back to what I was doing.
Starving, polluted, and facing societal collapse, and the Imperium is offering little to no support, in fact they aren't even reducing their tithe, is it better to accept Tau help and allow them to solve your issues at the cost of allowing them to integrate into your world, or is it better to be stubborn, refuse the Tau, allow your world to decay for another decade, and then get brutally invaded by the Tau instead? It's a rough situation to be in, and there's not...
Yo, they're playing the long game, and I love it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I like that. I like that they're playing the long game. That's something that I would do. Like, I'm not, obviously not in it, not in the evil way. Not in the evil way, but like, yo, they're playing the long game. I like that a lot, because like the long game, it requires endurance, it requires expertise, it requires patience, you know, for the long game. You know, I feel like a lot of people should play the long game.
Option. So what actually happens if you join the Tau Empire? Well, as an individual defector, you may be fine. You may be fine depending what world you end up as. You would have left a desperate situation, so getting assigned as a labourer or soldier wouldn't be too bad. Worst case scenario, the world you're assigned to is invaded by the Imperium and you are killed, either in battle or from summary execution. Or perhaps your neighbour ends up being an Imperial spy and you get caught up in it, even accidentally, so you end up with your balls getting crushed by advice while they execute your family in front of you. However, best case, you get to live out your days on a farm with your big titty Tau girlfriend and her cunny face orifice. But if a world defects, it's more complicated, as there are certain variables at play. If the world simply allows Tau diplomacy and basic trade while maintaining Imperial rule, law, militaries and boundaries, this is mostly okay. Sure, some Imperial Inquisitors or officials will run audits, but if the boundaries are left in place and the Imperium is busy elsewhere, they are fine with this. However, if the world outright declares itself for the Tau Empire, the Imperium will respond with devastating invasive force. Maybe they will win and take the world back, maybe they will lose and blow the world up, or maybe they're driven back. Either way, it's very, very rare for a world to defect and not be viciously counterattacked. It's a different story if the world resisted and was conquered by the Tau, as the humans try to put up a fight, but if they peacefully allow the Tau to take over, it's a massive no-no. Remember kids, blue is not the new gold. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel...
Shout out to our boy, man, Majorkill, man, for this video. I definitely enjoyed this one. I would never, ever, ever, as an Imperium, just goat. First of all, obviously Vulcan, you know, he's my liege, so I can't leave him. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I would never join the Tau ever. Like, bro, come on, man. I don't care how big their houses are. I don't care how clean their air is, bro. Nah, bro, they're finessers. They're actually finessers. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, man. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, bro, to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And I'm gonna see you guys up next time out. Bye, everyone.